Okay, I should be live now. Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'm back. Ended up inadvertently taking a couple days off. It seems to be a theme. I'm like, I'm gonna get on track, and then I'm not on track for a little bit. At least this was a shorter break. It was only a couple days. But you know what? It's fine. Okay, it gave me time to mentally prepare for finishing this fucking case. Hope everyone's doing well. What I've been up to? I've 100%ed Mario 64 finally. That was kind of like a thing I always wanted to do as a child, although that was with the DS version, technically, but, I don't own the DS version anymore, and also it's kind of ass. I don't like the controls of the DS version. I think I tried to, like, go back after playing the original on, like, Virtual Console, and I was like, how did I deal with this? What was wrong with me? The Mario 64 has its share of jank, but... oh man, the DS version, ooh. I know it's got more content and some people prefer it. It's just not my preferred way to play Mario 64. Played Mario Party also. Super Mario Party. We went... me, Emily, Amanda, we went for 30 turns. Never gonna do that in our lives again. It was hell. I got 25 stars by the end. I had an 8-star lead on everyone for almost the entire game. In fact, there were several points where I was like 10 stars ahead of everyone. It was ridiculous. It was truly the ultimate of Mario parties. Hi Atticus, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna get Mo the Clown. He's gonna return. If he doesn't return, I'll be very sad about it. I think we can start. I got the game open. I've got it all set up. Let's go. Turnabout Big Top. Let's get this case over with. We only have 2 more days. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yeah, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by professionals. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But... the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. That's the trick that got Maya. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow! How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? If that was it, he would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that. Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trillo, Mo. They all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume, but Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Well, go to the detention center. Oh, my sweeties! You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactia, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? This is how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie? Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won the world stage! I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage, but the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I am really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactia. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage! This is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At the time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and there and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people at the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail. I'm normally fabulous, but in this picture, I'm the king of the world. I even got a fabulous trophy and a super fabulous bust. It's really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing your trophy someday. If you want to see one of my awards, you should just go to the cafeteria. The cafeteria? You mean the one inside the circus tent? Of course. The trophy isn't there, but the bust that I won is. It's in the cafeteria? We were just there yesterday. Nick, did you see a bust anywhere inside the cafeteria? Head to the very big circus. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing.
Alright, let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes. Wait.
Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already.
Alright. Row your boat.
Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that.
I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't going to work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then?
Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo.
What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry. Secret crash training. Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we were trying to sing in a round for a new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that?
See? Even they're surprised by the idea. I told you.
You're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea.
Once we've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice.
You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you.
Ah, there it is! Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina.
I know that you already testified in court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yeah.
Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Huh? Oh yeah. That's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols.
Would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What do you think, Ben?
What? I would have thought that it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina.
I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now.
Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you go check out the tent?
Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love.
How so?
If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red she looks like a fine ripe tomato. So how is this new routine working out?
Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
But let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should.
That jerk?
Max Galactia. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is?
Trillo, you seem to be really fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right. You're right.
Mark my words, Triloquist will win the Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll.
Row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be part of this too.
Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Oh, you got stick bugged? It's okay. It happens. I'm just checking if, like, anything here will trigger something with Ben and Trillo. Oh, I get it. Ben Trillo Quist. See, I knew Trillo was the... Who cares? I'm getting nothing out of this guy. Sucks also that because it keeps switching between portraits, it takes so fucking long. Yeah, I didn't get a single word out of him. I put in every single possible thing. He didn't give a shit. he was just like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to a clown sucks your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laugh that much? Franziska really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there? The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Franziska Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into this room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. What do you think he is laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking of new jokes. He must really love his work. Wonder if there's anything new to check. Kinda doubtful there's anything new for me to see here. Wow. Mo's gonna be okay. Promise. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's here right now. I mean, we were told to go to the cafeteria. So let's head to the big top. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know, but if she's with that tiger, ugh, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers.
Ha! Right, welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria.
Ugh, yikes. He's in an awfully good mood.
Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy.
Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction.
Wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what is your answer?
Because they're in cafeteria.
Exactly! It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe.
I'm not laughing that long.
I did it!
What's going on? He's being too nice. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it?
You're telling me! I didn't think it was gonna be so tough.
Tough?
Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing.
You even used the famed no shoots, no shirt, no surface joke.
Exactly! How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that?
Are you 100% sure about your testimony today?
I saw what I saw, I swear! That creep just
Flew through the air?
It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max.
I don't see a Cyclock. You must be telling the truth. Damn.
Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too.
Huh? You've seen it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactia. He really gets around. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture.
What do you mean?
He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think.
He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. Phoenix, you gotta work on your wording there. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of... Alright. That's a little much. It's a little much for my brain to handle. Anyways.
Max's bust should be on that small table over there.
There's nothing all over there.
Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden. The bust disappeared.
It disappeared?
If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up.
Hey, that thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it.
Aw.
Is there anything else that's changed about this place?
Nope, nothing's changed that I can see.
What if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's setting up a bad joke?
Nope, I'm drawing a blank here.
A quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh?
Well, there's one teensy tiny thing that does seem different.
Tell us!
Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center.
Piece of paper?
It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I can see its title.
Yikes! It says, "To the murderer." Murderer?
Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of this has been ripped off.
And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this?
The morning before the murder.
Before the murder?
Yeah, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered.
Who in the world posted this thing?
Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Morning of the murder, this was posted on the bulletin board. That's around when Max clonked Ben over the head. Sorry I hadn't remembered it until now. It was torn before anyone had really paid any attention to it.
So you don't know what was written on it, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't. But I bet you they would know.
Who are they?
Max and Ben. They were here before me that morning.
Well, Ben's at the circus center. Or entrance, rather, not the center.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
No, he doesn't care. I guess we'll ask Max, then. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know about that note. When I read it, my heart suddenly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really company. It was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat.
Really?
Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find it out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. He doesn't know. That's his way of saying I have no fucking idea what it said. I wasn't paying attention. There was like a note to a murderer. I didn't give a shit. That's what he's saying. Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been where the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyways? Was it really cold or something? Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what this is. I bet it's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. Now we have to find out who called out the Ringmaster. Let's get on the move, then. Hey, do you give a shit now that we have the full note? He doesn't care. Ben's having the time of his life, not giving a shit and not helping. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? That beeping sound. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick. See ya, pal. I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man that's so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind's as biting as... Ow! As biting as lashes from a whip. Von Karma. She really did appear. It was a real battle in court today, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? National news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overstating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? I'm amazing you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? Conclusive witness. You must mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat me and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to go and try and find more information out myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more mouth and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this? Or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth. Fuck. Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. little after that, that case was over. He vanished. It's your fault he is gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case, and then with the case after that one. He never set foot into court again. Then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor within him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss Von Karma. What? I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. It must be Phoenix Wright. Yeah. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well. That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trap... I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. Trapeze? But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Ooh. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all. Without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was... That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to pay him. And now... look at how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. Such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs are badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. Accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Whoop, he's hiding something. Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation. What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got to the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactia. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying. I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick. I'm doubtful we can get anything out of him at the moment, but I'm gonna try anyways. Couldn't hurt. Just to see what kind of prompts I'm getting at the very least. I have to ask, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice. Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me that the practice incident was the cause of your injury? Yeah, I don't think I have anything right now. Don't move, I wanna examine the room. Oh wait, is this the monkey's room? This is where the monkey was. Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna get anything from here. There's all that dirt on the floor, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Let's see if we can get more evidence as elsewhere. Words. I'm good at them. Here we go. Here's something. I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah! Nick! Ah, wonderful. Today's special must be Filet-O Phoenix. Stay! Stay! Heal!
Oh, Maya, Nick! It's you guys! I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake.
A mistake?
Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human.
A monkey?
It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite the man. He was. I love my dad so much.
I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father.
That's why I feel so lonely, now that I won't be able to see him for a while.
For a while?
Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens.
Star?
That means my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone.
When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. It's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that.
What do you mean there's no way I believe that?
Do you think that one day
I'll be a star too? Of course! You really think so?
Yeah, you will, I think.
I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky.
Wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up, why'd you want to teach Money a lesson?
Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me.
Something that means a lot to you. It must be something shiny, right?
Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it.
We should?
When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back from me, would you? It's really important to me.
Alright, Phoenix. Sure, I'll get it for you. Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request.
Yay, you really gonna do it?
Question is, where the hell is the monkey? Could be here. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. That's pretty good. I guess I could see if there's any additional new stuff I'm missing. I'm doubtful, but couldn't hurt to check. This'll only take a minute. I don't think there's anything here. I can't say I didn't try. In the ringmaster's room? No. No sign of a monkey. Nope. You don't have anything. Maybe there was something I missed. I don't know. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro to his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized this piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Oh, that was useful to ask about. She's just talking about how cool Max is. Huh? It's in the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Okay, if it says, what about this, that means she has nothing to say about it. He just loves to cause nothing but trouble, that cute little monkey. But don't you think using a tiger to scare him is a bit much? Huh? Why is that? Do you really have to ask that? It's dangerous to use a tiger for that kind of thing. It's not dangerous at all. Regent's just a little kitten. I've seen plenty of kittens, and, that's no kidding. She didn't care about that. Take a look at this. Nick, you can't show her that picture. Ouch. Yeah, that would have been a bit insensitive of me. Huh? Show me, show me, show me. Hey, take a look at this dead body. Ben might be my best bet. Nah, he still doesn't give a shit. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looked incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. I mean, I did. I guess I could ask again. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money! My monkey's holding something. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, right? Alright, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. Yikes! Ah! I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him, I really did. Nick, you... I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it, Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Ugh, maybe then they'll take you in at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Jeez. Rude ass. Mean ass. Monkey. I didn't go back to Acro's room. You're a nice guy, Acro, but, I don't need you right now. I gotta go to Regina. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. Ugh, no wonder guys melt a mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right. My dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down and then he opened his mouth, you know. Yeah. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina! Everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Six months ago. It's all coming together. I got you this time, Acro. Possibly. Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. I know I'm on the right track. I Just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battle the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. No way. I figured it out afterwards. I don't think he gives a shit about Regina like that. The monkey. Oh, no. Not the monkey. The ringmaster. I'm a fucking idiot. No. Who could possibly be important enough for Acro to fight the lion? I mean, there's not a whole lot of people it could be. If it's not the ringmaster, it's not the monkey, it's not Regina. That leaves Mo, Maximilian, and Ben. And I'm not sure I see this guy as someone who would defend any of those three. Has to be something else we're missing. I'm gonna try it again anyways. Let's see. Not Max. I figured it couldn't be Max. Not Ben. Definitely not Mo, but I'm doing it anyways. See if there's anything else I can get from Ringmaster's room or cafeteria. Sorry about that. I know. I don't see anything new. Yeah, I don't see anything. Oh, cafeteria. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers!
Hello! Welcome to the Bistro du Cirque, aka the cafeteria.
It smells so good in here. Oh, and those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some kind of crazed burger monster.
My burgers are the best! Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven.
I bet! I can tell by the smell. Oh, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do?
That's all I thought about the past 2 days.
Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acrobat's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he couldn't go on. He was that upset?
Yes, he was.
Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking about trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Oh. All that's left to see is if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know. What is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. It must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, correctamundo.
Does he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us?
No, not at all.
What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seems a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Oh great, now we have to figure out this fucking dude's baggage. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? I can guess something that happened 6 months ago. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus?
Okay. There's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there. Some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead.
Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident, would it? I heard a little about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right?
How did you...
I told him so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He could never say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't claim up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised. He's involved in this, too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything? Take that! Must have been Acro, right?
How did you know?
Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster.
No way!
I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Hey, I got my life back. It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it probably would have been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. Oh, and that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Who is Acro's younger brother? Shun Dingling. But everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why do you do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. He? You mean Leon? Yeah, Leon. He spit down and he was smiling. Some sick grin. No way! That's impossible! Smirking lion. A flying murderer. Why does it seem like it's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Oh well! You guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Nice! What a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? Hey, you sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know that you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does! Bat would always tease her with pepper. But Bat? From my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together. They looked perfect together, huh? Alright, thanks, Mo. I think Mo gave us exactly what we needed. Oh, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, you did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Acro's hiding while his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows what we know. Oh well, it seems like you've got some things you want to talk about, so fire away. What am I doing? Present this. Well, you went through that already. Fight it to save someone. Pat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo. He must have told you. Yeah, we learned about Pat from Mo, but he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last Psylocke. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you are still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't like much is the reason why you're being so evasive. It's Regina. He's upset about Regina. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you started talking about her. Saying things like she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believed she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you?
Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof on it. What? What are you talking about? Don't. Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along.
Take that!
This... Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket.
I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro to his breakfast in the morning.
You wrote this and then put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina.
A dare?
An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go with me to the movies with me on a date.
That's insane! Didn't you know how dangerous that is?
We all thought he was being stupid too, but that lion was very old to begin with, and age brought with it a countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies.
Poor Bat.
When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him.
I see.
I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, they were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously.
Oh!
When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin.
Nick!
I know. Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? Be taking that scarf, if you don't mind. This one, Karma. I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf.
But the scarf is evidence in the trial.
That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office.
Acro? A witness?
Come, Acro. Let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am.
Now what do we do, Nick? How are we gonna handle tomorrow?
Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out.
Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use.
This is all beginning to come together now. I have no fucking clue what's going on. Ow. But we're reaching the end of this trial. They were so confident. They were like, yeah, I know it's exactly what's going on. I don't. I have no fucking clue. Anyways, hope everyone's doing all right tonight. It's been more quiet tonight, but that's okay. It happens. It happens. I'm excited because in a couple hours, Neil Ciceriga's Mouth Dreams is gonna drop. Neil Ciceriga does the best mashups I've seen. That's the Mouth series is like the best fucking mashup albums I've ever seen. It's just like I think in terms of everyone, it's just a busy Wednesday. It happens. It happens sometimes. I mean, I've been busy today. I had class. I had to fucking wash Belle twice. Here's what happened. Fleas keep getting into our backyard because of the stupid, like, feral cats in our neighborhood. So, once again, like the third time this year, the fucking dogs have fleas. So we gotta wash down the dogs. So we washed down Belle, because she was, like, itching at herself today, so we were like, oh yeah, she probably has fleas or something. We washed her down, and then immediately after we washed her, she went outside and, fucking started rolling in mud while she was still wet. So she came inside, and she was, like, coated in mud and dirt, and we had to give her a second bath. And, like, it's important to note also that Bella's a fucking chicken when it comes to going in the bath. Like, you would think Roxy or Fergus would be more riled up, but no, Belle, this big, huge dog, is the worst to try and get in the bathtub. She fucking hates it. She'll, like, try and hide in the corner of the bathroom. And, like, I kid you not, I'm, like, the only, like, aside from maybe my dad, I'm, like, the only person, like, physically capable of putting her in the bathtub. Because otherwise she, like, squirms too much. You need to have that brute strength to carry her into the bathtub. It's fucked. She's usually a very good dog, too. It's just, for some reason, like, giving her a bath or taking her to the vet, huge fucking chicken. Like, Fergus takes it like a champ. Roxy is a bit cowardly. I mean, she's decent with cars, but actually going to the vet, Roxy fucking hates the vet. Roxy, like, if Roxy saw a vet on the street, she would probably attack them and hurt them so bad. She fucking hates vets. I remember one time we tried to bring Roxy to the vet, but she got so anxious while she was at the vet that the vet couldn't do anything they wanted to do to her. So Roxy had to be sent home, and we had to start putting her on, like, sleepy pills and stuff to make her tired before she went. That's, like, how bad it was. Poor little thing. Fergus is by far the best out of the three in terms of, like, chilling out about that kind of stuff. He doesn't, like, whine if you put him in the bath. I mean, he already doesn't, like, squirm when I carry him. And he's pretty good about the vet. He gets a little antsy, but not nearly as bad as Belle or Roxy. He's very well behaved. He just likes to roll in shit sometimes. And that's not fun. We had to wash him because he rolled and shit outside. It's gross. You ever wash a poopy dog? Don't do it if you haven't already. Could not recommend the experience. I give it a solid, like, one star out of 5. Wouldn't re-experience it. He's a rebel rouser in his own ways, not the more conventional ways that Belle and Roxy are. He is a hunting dog. I don't think a shot would necessarily scare him that much. Anyways, I think we're good to continue. We're right at the end of this fucking case, and then we can move on to case 4 and be done with it. I think what I'll do... I'm not going to do this tomorrow, because I do want to start Hyrule Warriors. I think what I'm going to do is, for this case, the final case, when I start it, I'm going to do it, like, 2 days in a row. I'm just going to get it out of the way, because we've been doing Ace Attorney since, like, mid-August, and it is now... almost October for me, October for Europeans. So I would like to finish this. I would also like to be able to start Fire Red. I've been looking forward to that. I actually started on my phone another Emerald randomizer, because I'm addicted to just playing Emerald. And I mean, it's a different way to play Emerald, so it doesn't get stale. But, you know... I've been writing that Gen 3 nostalgia all year. Every year. What I've learned from doing my thread of, like, video games I beat this year, I've learned that, I'm kind of a nostalgia whore. Like, way more than I think I do. Like, I will replay the same few games, like, over and over again. It also doesn't help that not a lot of new games came out this year. I haven't really bought a lot of games this year either. I mean, the only games I've gotten this year were Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, the 3D All-Stars collection, and Puyo Puyo Tetris. And Jen also got me Doom 2016. That's 6 games compared to, like, I have 44 on my shelf. So I've definitely gotten a lot more the other few years I've been collecting Switch stuff. I mean, there's some stuff coming out at the end of the year now, but, aside from the new Hyrule Warriors, probably not gonna get any stuff day one. I don't think. I've been eyeing that Doom 64 physical version, but it's just out of reach. We'll see, though. Anyways, I'm good to continue. So let's go. Let's finish this fucking trial. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go up in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Tea? Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
Mo.
Top of the morning to you, Governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh my, thanks.
So how are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past it, Acro, to tell the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
Do you want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yeah, that's why I brought it here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Jesus. Alright, Mo.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactia. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactia fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to work the courtroom tightrope. Atheist Mo. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. Employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you at the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting on my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. And then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactia. I only saw him from behind, but that's what it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need to add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. Foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. And we were told we can't really press. The light in your room was turned off then, right? It's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety light lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactia. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get, but wasn't there something a bit fishy with this latest bit of the testimony? There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim? I don't think I really do. Wait. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out at your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat was found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactia, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order! Order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? I don't know if I buy that Acro is the culprit. Perhaps it is because Acro has a grudge against the defendant, which is why he was trying to frame Max. Ow! Why me? What'd I do? Never get your fat head in the way of a whip bent on finding justice. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I have no interest in your silly little theories. He has a grudge against the defendant, huh? You wouldn't happen to have proof of that. Well, that's the thing.
Mr. Wright, thanks to you, I got my head lashed by Miss Von Karma's whip. I don't like getting hit for nothing, so how about you answer with an explanation?
Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. Well, I didn't get penalized for that, even though he got his ass kicked. I guess he's the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. He is staying rather calm and clean. The fucking bird. Pecking.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client, but to do this by accusing me of murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Jesus Christ. Phoenix Wright is sorry for being ableist. Phoenix is a poop... You're a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro's unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Yeah. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good, not good. This isn't gonna end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy.
What?
You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap that can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not going to look good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well, let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
Ooh. It's gotta be Mo. I'm sorry, Mo.
You don't say.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
this piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power.
I mean, I'm gonna stick with it. Actually, no, let's see if we say no. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! Order? What the? What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. I'm going to have to prove how all this fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness accounts is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like for you to clear something up for me. When the crime committed, where exactly was Mr. Dingling? Also, hi Joey, welcome. Well, I mean, if he committed the murder, he would be right there, where the murder happened.
Take that! He was at the scene of the crime itself?
You're right, though. The murderer would have had to have met the victim.
Ow! Miss Von Karma, stop it! You will be quiet and remain from striking people.
The witness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Not to mention what Mr. Phoenix Wright just said. There was no accomplice, remember? Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance? Wait just 1 minute. Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. Mr. Wright. When the crime was committed... He was obviously here the whole time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? That's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yeah, that's it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You got a point. It seems you've forgotten one thing, Mr. Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about that. I'm gonna present some evidence. So, what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of the murder against Russell Berry? Oh, wait. I have an idea. I don't think I can show evidence right now. I think we will finally be graced with an explanation. Don't push it, Von Karma. What? You aren't gonna suck me in this time. I'm smart enough to know I don't have the cards to play and my hands suck right now. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? He means that everything he said up until now has all been nonsense. It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. He's trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game. Looks like this isn't gonna pass muster. Okay, now, there is some evidence I have, apparently. What's that, a picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilia Galactia's ample bust. Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible! Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Oh, well, Acro, you can't run away. Ow! I'd watch what I'd say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get a proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Oh, Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he say things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any load to win the case. I suppose I could have lifted something inside that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on the lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out that far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Ugh. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Let's see. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out the window. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not have been able to see out below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out the window. Thus, there is no way I would have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if we think it's sort of like this. If he knew the location of the Ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. It doesn't make sense. If only I could prove that somehow. Acro knew the location of the Ringmaster's head without looking down. I think it has something to do with the thumping noise. Maybe not. I think it has to do with the note, because it mentions 10 p.m. That's not working. Fuck. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there is no way I could land a direct hit on the Ringmaster's head. So that makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the Ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the Ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool. Maybe we overlooked something. Oh! It did have to do with the thump. Acro. You didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes, yes, yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and the company saw the Ringmaster, they didn't see him holding a box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the Ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions now is crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. Order! 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 This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question I have, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright, ow! Ow! The Ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted up the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature. Do you recall what was inside the wooden box? There was only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't there? Get on with it. Well, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I don't think this is the right choice. It's gotta be the weight, right? The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have had to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, the head would be in approximately the same place. Fool. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could have never done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright. I have an idea. Take that! A monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down and sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon? Purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one crucial fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn the trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer me this. Who was the murderer that the clown saw? Oh, shit. My stream just went down. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Right now? Cool. Let me back in, Twitch. I don't know why that happened, but I didn't like it. Ugh. I gotta figure out who is the other person. He's still in a coma. Ben? Who was the murderer? It's not Ben. It can't be Mo. I'm just kinda shooting shit at this point. Also, don't worry about it. I don't expect you to backseat for me. What was the question? Who was the murderer that the clown saw? Mo. Who did Mo see? It can't be the fucking monkey. Okay, I'm so glad this game isn't so stupid that it was the monkey. Nah, it's not literally Max. That would be pretty funny, but it's not. It's not Ben. I tried that. And they're still like, what are you talking about it? If it wasn't Max, what did the clown see? Maybe not a person? Wait.
Take that!
He saw Max, but ow! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. I don't know how to say French. Speak French. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was clearly wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang off one of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me. Who put the cloak on the bust? I don't know, the monkey? Random guess. Nah, it's not the monkey. Fool! Him? You were saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and then dangled the bust outside of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he had feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness, of course, was Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. Oh. That actually makes sense. I thought Mo was just like being an asshole this whole time. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could have only been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has to come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. And don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there could only be one possible murder weapon method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get us out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. A note, wasn't it? Nope. I like this bird that's pecking at Phoenix. I just want to stay on this animation for a second, because I really like it. Oh shit, Neil Cicerrega's live. Probably gonna be doing the new Mouth album. I gotta finish this case quick, because I wanna be there for the live premiere of Mouth Dreams. I wonder if he could get banned for that. Twitch, I mean, at the very least, Twitch wouldn't be happy with the copyrighted stuff, and that VOD would get muted to hell and back. Objection. Hell yeah. We gotta find the contradiction. What is my hard proof? Lack of fingerprint, or not fingerprints, footprints. Nope, they don't care. They think that they don't see anything wrong with the lack of fingerprints. I mean, that probably didn't help my case at all. Now that I'm thinking about it, that probably did nothing for me. This is a brain teaser right here. I am lost. I don't want to just start scrambling and, like, pick things at random, but I might have to. Anyone have any ideas? This doesn't have to do with the footprints. The second page of evidence, it's this stuff. I don't think any of this stuff particularly helps my case. Hard proof plus trick. Take that! Nah, it's not the pepper trick. It was a good guess. I would have assumed something like that. Let's see. of them is Max's 3 symbols. Hey! You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of those contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe actually saw was the bust's.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he didn't see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. I can explain all of it.
Man, Francisca does not let up. She keeps pressing me to be like, do you have proof of this? What was that? Please recall the instant the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. She's kidding herself if she doesn't think Nick will bullshit his way through the entire trial. Order! Order! Did we win?
This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me.
However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yeah, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. The note. I have the note. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet.
Very well. However, I feel like this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. And it looks like we're not getting out in time. I'm sorry, Mr. Neil Ciceriga. I'm gonna have to listen to the mouth dreams on my own. How we all feeling? This case is getting crazy. It's getting a little wild. I don't actually... I thought Acra is a decent character. I like him. I think it's funny that he's got, like, birds. I wish I had birds surrounding me at all points. We have a bird. Her name is Kiwi. She fucking hates me, though. So, that's not true. She doesn't always hate me, but she's a very grumpy bird naturally. So if she's not in a good mood, like, she gets snappy with people. There are some times where I get on her good side, though. What I like to do a lot with her is I like to bob my head, and she'll, like, after a while, she'll start bobbing back. That's when you know you've got her in a good mood. But she doesn't like new people, especially. New people scare her. Whenever there's anyone who's at our house who's new, like, Kiwi will snap at them. She'll do a little bird bite with her beak. Fuck. Yeah, you have to be careful with her. You can't just, like, stick your finger in the enclosure. Yeah, I have a bird. I don't talk about Kiwi a lot, because once again, we're not, like... I like the bird. She's a good bird. But, she doesn't like me much. So, it's usually, like, I'll pass by her, I'll bob my head, and I either get a response back from her, or she looks at me like I'm full of shit. Emily's better with the bird. That bird is Emily's bird. Also, yeah, birds are like that. It happens. We used to have a bird before Kiwi named Starburst. Starburst was very kind. Starburst fucking loved everyone. She was not a grump at all. She got along with everyone. Everyone loved her. She would take a little, like, finger pet like it was nothing. I didn't even want to get into what happened to her, but it was basically Starburst had an untimely death. And that sucked. And then we got Kiwi a little afterwards, because we were just like, you know. Birds have always been one of those animals that we've always had in the house. It's birds and dogs we've always had in the house. We used to have, like, a squad of 4 little birds. My parents named them after the Beatles. They were John, Ringo, Paul, and George. I think they actually died in the reverse order that the Beatles did. I mean, granted, 2 of the Beatles are still alive, but I think, like, the 2 that died, those 2 were the last ones to die as birds. I suppose that's some kind of, irony, if you will. I've had a lot of pets. I've had a lot of animals, mainly dogs and birds. We've had some fish over the years. I think we don't have a fish right now. But for the longest time we had fish. Predicting John's death. Those birds are gone already. Those birds died when I was probably, like, 10, 11. It's been a long time. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. But that's when I remember the Beatles birds. You do have a slug. Ooh, you have a fish pond. That's cool. The last fish we had, which I think only passed away like a couple months ago, we had this fish, and Emily called him Dr. Doofenshmirtz after the Phineas and Ferb character. And I mean, he's a fish. Fish are not very exciting animals. I don't have any exciting stories about Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Oh, he was swimming in his tank. I'm gonna be honest, I thought the tank we kept him in was a little too small. I mean, he survived longer than we thought he would. He was my cousin's for a bit, but at some point my cousin had to get rid of him, I think because he was going to college. And we got the responsibility of the fish. I don't know why I'm having an animal talk tonight. This is like Animal Hour. Perry defeated him for the last time. We gave him the most honorable death that you could give any fish, or honorable funeral. We flushed him down the toilet, as you do. And we're all adults, so we didn't have to tell anyone, oh, he flew away. No, we flushed him down the toilet. We woke up one day and he was face down in his tank, so we flushed him down the toilet. And you know what? I bet there's a big fish population in the sewer now. That wouldn't make any sense because it's just dead fish getting flushed down. I wonder if anyone's tried to, like, flush down a live fish. Anyways, I think we can continue the game. It's called Finding Nemo. Oh, that's different. That's a movie. I'm talking about in real life. Plus, did they get flushed down the toilet? People are dumb and buy goldfish to put them into the rivers. Yeah. Alright. Once and for all, and definitively, let's finish this fucking case. I can't believe it. Hack rope! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? Definitely is. And to think he was always one of the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? But, I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal, you're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensics results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret, huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me. I'm out of here, pal. What did he mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all very cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of diary. Or dairy. Sorry up and drink it all before it spoils. Entire dairy's worth of milk. For me? Now that I'm doing Gumshoe's voice, I'm realizing that his voice is just like a less dramatic version of Maximilian's. I've said it before, guys. I have 3 voices, and they're like fucking Joe Swanson from Family Guy. It's my normal voice, and like squeaky version of me.
And also this, which is the Joker.
So actually, that's 4, but 3 if you don't count my regular voice.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd like to also get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Ugh. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right.
How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness.
Alright. See if I can press him now. We. Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like.
Ow!
No crying in court. Let's keep going.
The witness may now proceed with his testimony.
How would you describe your relationship with the Ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The Ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
What about other people at the circus?
This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really took the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the Ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking about what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like such a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult.
So then, how long have you been a performer?
You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age. I begged the Ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. The point is that I wanted to be of use to the circus.
You are truly a remarkable young man.
The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Did you ever have any trouble with the Ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony, or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You'd better think hard.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could ever see this victim ever taking the victim's life.
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the Ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know,
can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the Ringmaster dead? Well, I kinda have to at this point. Now that I've come this far, there's no way I could answer no I can't. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Very well, then please enlighten the court.
Let's see some evidence that proves Acro's motive for killing the Ringmaster.
Take that!
Let me just go over this one time. This is why Acro killed the Ringmaster? Nope.
Take that!
Nope. Shit. If it's not either of those, I have no fucking clue. Unless maybe. It's gonna be a big stretch.
Take that!
Not the lion. There might be a possibility where I just have to say no.
Take that!
I'm gonna say no. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Oh my god. Phoenix is like a step ahead of me. I didn't even think about that. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What?
Order! Order! Bailiff! I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to this court? Are you trying to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? It's probably Max. This is ow! My evidence! What are you doing? Ow! There's 14 more where that came from.
Hold it right there. You can take your time with the other 14 later, but let me see that evidence once again.
I'm so scared of what will happen. Shit, I have to do all the dialogue again. This is what it sounds like when you're speedrunning this game. It's not Ben. Or not, right, not Max. Maybe Ben? No! Regina! Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to— Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself, huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now. I want to know why Acro would kill Regina Berry.
Well?
I've got some reasons to believe this. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that was found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Order! 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 Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It's just a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible!
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it!
Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let the bus fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only gonna get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina!
Foolishly foolish fool with foolish ideals. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell me about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
the incident 6 months ago. Oh no! Oh! I almost did that. I accidentally saved over instead of loaded. Or loaded instead of saving. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. Scarf? Damn it. Nope. Conclusive evidence. Stained with blood and a small quantity of pepper.
Take that! Achoo! Ouchoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take away the wooden box with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion.
Very Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Are you claiming that Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then explain this. Or answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? I think it was the monkey. It's not the monkey. I just figured Regina hated that monkey so fucking much that she would be dedicated to fucking framing it for a crime. Who is Regina's intended victim?
Take that!
What's wrong with you?
Take that!
I'm just gonna keep picking random people despite the fact that the game is telling me to stop picking random people. Like, everyone's yelling at me, stop doing that. And I'm like, no. It's an addiction. I need to pick random people. Otherwise, I will suffer. What if it was a thing? Could be. I mean, I'm out of people it could have possibly been, because fucking... Oh yeah, she wanted to kill Detective Gumshoe. What do I sound like like I'm stupid? Like I'm a third grader? I'm like, oh, you go be real. question is asking who is Regina Berry's intended victim? I'm out of people in the circus.
Who is this?
Oh wait, it was Bat. Why did I think I picked Bat already?
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for over 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina, she did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
So then what happened to
Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? It's impossible to prove Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it? Ha! Instigating a lion attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed that this was conclusive evidence. Ugh. A small bottle of pepper, a lion. What's their connection? Ah! What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out. Wow, it was in front of my nose the whole time. Your Honor, wait.
What is it?
The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat.
Take that! That's just a scarf.
Acro? The scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him.
Regina?
There's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
Seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like it was smiling.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lions sneeze. Lion wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
You fool.
You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix, Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, but that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke as you put it. which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish fool. It almost does sound like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro? You can't mean witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. Murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in the Acra's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. Bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of von Karma total justice. You mean? Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason even saying it. If we found you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. See, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nisk. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. It's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings the cross-examination of an end to the cross-examination of this witness. I knew that wasn't gonna be it. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? You need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. I don't think they'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? You guys say you remember where the bust is. I have no fucking clue. It's like the lodging house would be logical, but also, like, they would have found that. Just think about what Maya said. good place to hide a bust. No. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of this bust once and for all. What? Huh? I feel like a headless chicken right now. Witness stand. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to hide, say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again, would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took out my trash every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategies. And now to be caught in the middle of a court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started to sneeze so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely. But she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you are saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
An idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me. Again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict.
Not guilty.
This court is adjourned.
Fabulous. Man, I liked Acro too. He seemed like a chill guy. He seemed like one of the few sane people at that circus. Honestly, killing Regina would have been the best thing that happened to that place. Is that a little too evil to say? Am I evil? Morgan hates minors. Think a meteor falling on the circus would have been okay. Listen, all I'm saying is all of this shit happened because, everyone was, fucking addicted to Regina. Like, they couldn't have enough of her. Like, this fucking schmuck in front of me, he can't have enough of Regina. Bro, she's 10 years younger than you. It's never gonna work out. I'm sorry. Anyways, that's all I had to say. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? I wouldn't say that. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault.
Mo really is the most innocent person in this case. Ben is a guy with a weird pervert puppet. Sweetie pie.
Ben and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up.
Regina?
Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something at the end. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
I mean, if I say no, that's lying to her. I'm not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? Are you really sure I can believe that?
Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh? I don't know, you're not just making this stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge. Why is Regina more upset about Acro than her father who died? She could not care less about her father. Does anyone have any idea? think the monkey did it. Wasn't it something about the brother? I'm looking this up. I will be careful of spoilers, so people in chat don't fucking, like, scream like, you're gonna spoil yourself! I'm looking very meticulously. Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Case 3. Strategy Wiki, help me out. It is Bat. It's Bat's profile. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... You know, but I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max!
What is it, Mo?
Oh, we really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whatever you like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up your contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster really was an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal.
Yay, I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing that the best circus in the world has seen ever needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know.
Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together and make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry.
Max?
Nick! Seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
Let's see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory.
If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the prosecutor's case. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. He's here. He's back. I told you Edgeworth didn't die. Farewell, my turnabout. Alright. This is the best case in the game. Saving the best for last. Next time. Thank you all for joining me tonight for Ace Attorney. Also, yeah, it pretty much is just like filler. It's the circus. It's like I didn't hate the case as much as I thought I would. A lot of the people in it are weird and gross. I gotta be honest though, the mystery itself was kind of compelling. I thought there was some stuff that stumped me, but when it was put together, I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. You know? I could see why this is the worst case in the game, though, and it probably is. I think like everyone's saying that, yeah. I don't got any counters to that. I'm not gonna objection you. That's my joke. Get it? Objection. Phoenix Wright. But, yeah. I already said this. My plan is whenever I stream Ace Attorney again, I'm just gonna go through the whole case. I'm not gonna do it in one stream, probably, but, like, it'll be one stream, and the next stream I'll probably try and finish it. Unless somehow this case is so big it takes 3 streams, but I doubt it. Next case has a moe old man. Ooh. It's kinda long. I don't think it'll be anything I can't handle in a couple of streams. Especially if I go longer, which is harder, but I think I could do it if I dedicated myself to it. Especially since, once again, I'm trying to get it back into that flow with streaming. Tomorrow, we'll see. I'm planning on doing Hyrule Warriors, but there might be a scenario where Spooky's Dollhouse comes out. The DLC for Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. I know it comes out for the freeware version. I don't know if it's coming to the HD renovation day 1. We'll have to see. If it doesn't come out with the HD renovation on day 1, I will wait for it and we'll start Hyrule Warriors. But if not, you can expect some more Spooky. And once we're done with Ace Attorney also, I think we're gonna definitely start Pokemon Fire Red. I have 3 months left in the year now. I need to be able to beat Fire Red and XD in those 3 months if I want to meet my personal goal, which was to beat Gen 3 by the end of 2020. I'm hoping I can do that. And I hope you'll come along with the ride for me. People like the Pokemon streams. Those are I feel like a lot of people, those are their favorite streams of mine. And I mean, it's for good reason. It's fucking Pokemon. Pokemon's just, easy for me to play and talk to. I have so many, of my own experiences with the series. Even when we get into later entries, it's gonna be very easy for my commentary to just flow, I think. You know, with something like Ace Attorney, all of this is, I'm going in for the first time, so pretty much all of what I'm saying is, dialogue from the characters. I mean, that's also because it's a visual novel, but you got the idea. It's harder for me to, speak on it as, its own thing, because it's I don't have that experience with the series. And I mean, that creates its own interesting dynamic. I get a lot of these surprises for the first time. Ace Attorney's really good. I like this series. At least what I've played thus far, which is the first and most of the second game. I mean, if we're gonna talk about plans after I finish this series, I could talk about whenever I plan to do Ace Attorney 3, which is hard to say. I'm thinking probably after Fire Red, I'm just gonna make a straight shot for XD. And then maybe... I don't know if I'd immediately do Ace Attorney 3. I might do another longer stream in between then. But I don't know. I don't know. We will have to see, won't we? But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. I want to thank you all for coming. Hope you all have a good night and take care. Once again, tomorrow we'll either do Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion or we'll start Hyrule Warriors. I'll see y'all then. Bye!